Welcome to recall lesson number 1. In this lesson, we are going to be teaching your dog how to respond to your recall cue. Now, the cue that I am going to use for this dog is come. And you need to be real specific about the cue that you use. So it shouldn't be come here or anything like that, or just your dog's name. We want a really specific cue. So I would recommend using either here or come. And we want to say this cue in a really bright, loud tone. Okay, so the dog learns how to really pick it out, and we want the dog to get super excited when they hear this cue. And how we begin teaching this is, I've got some cheese in my pocket, so you want to be using something that's really high value to your dog, something that they really get excited. So you may use hot dogs, you may use some dried liver, whatever your dog really likes. And what you're going to do is you're going to sit down in your living room, you're going to put some cheese in your pocket, or some liver treats, whatever you like to use, or whatever your dog really likes. And you may notice that at first, once you put that food in your pocket, so I don't mind even at this point to let the dog know I have it. I put it in my pocket. Your dog may stick around you for a few minutes hoping that you're going to start doling it out. Just ignore your dog. Let them get busy doing something else, and then you're going to practice calling your dog to you, feeding them, and letting them go back to doing whatever they were doing beforehand. So, and this dog doesn't really know the cue, so you may see him not respond at first, which is fine. And I'm going to show you how I deal with that. So I'm just going to ignore him. I'm going to wait for him to wander off just a little bit, and I'm going to say his name and the word come. Okay? Ryder, come! Good boy. I'm going to praise. What a good boy. Yes, lots of praise as the dog comes to you, and I'm going to feed. Good. Good boy. Good. And then I go back to ignoring. It may be helpful for you to watch TV, get on your phone, read a book, do something so that you can take your attention off your dog. Once your dog wanders off again, you're going to call your dog to you again. Ryder, come! Good boy. Very good. Yes, a good dog. Good. I'm going to feed a couple there. What a good boy. That was good. Okay, and then ignore. So what we are doing is we're teaching the dog that when I say the word come, that food is going to be available from me. Now you want to start off doing this in an environment that is not too distracting. So that's why I start off generally inside the home versus practicing inside your yard or at a park. We don't want to be competing with other factors in the environment that's going to compete with the dog's attention. Okay, so in your home is the best place to initially start this. Ryder, come! Oh, good boy. Yes, that was good. Good. Now, if he did not respond to me calling him over, I don't want to just keep saying the cue over and over again. So instead of, if I said Ryder come and he did not respond, I may make some kissing noises or something to encourage him to come to me, and then I would feed. So, and I'll demonstrate this in a second. So again, he's hanging out beside me because he's learning, hey, I'm paying off right now. I'm just going to ignore him after I feed him. So let's say that I called him and he didn't respond. So if your dog doesn't respond, you may make some kissing noises. Okay, so he's approached me again. I'm going to ignore, because I want him to understand that it's not that I'm just periodically giving him food. It's only when I say the cue come is when it's available. All right, so I'm going to ignore, and we'll see what he does. If he hangs out for very long, I'll just stop the video and put it back on in a second, or edit it. And really, the dog doesn't have to move very far away from you at all at this stage. So let's say that I called him and he did not come to me. So if you call your dog and they don't pay attention to you, that's when I would encourage you to make a kissing noise so that you get your dog's attention. Something like this. Good. Because I don't want to start off teaching the dog that when I say come, that I'm just going to sit back here and repeat it. And that's going to come into play more so later on as we move through this series. And I'll go back to ignoring. Okay, he's finally wandered off. I'm going to call him back. Ryder, come. Good boy. Good. And so to start off with, what I want you to do is probably about 15. Okay? That would be a good number to start off with. And you're just giving your dog little pieces of food at this point. Then you're going to stop. You can either feed your dog all the food that you have or put the food away. And I want you to practice this probably 2 to 3 times a day, where all you're doing, you're making it really simple. You're just putting some food on you, letting your dog wander around your house, calling them to you, and feeding. What we are looking to do at this point is teach your dog to really hone in on the dog's name and the word come. All right. I also want to go ahead and add that as your dog gets better with this, what I'll do at times is I will drop their name from that phrase. So instead of saying Ryder come, sometimes I will just say the word come, and that is it. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate this. Come. Good boy. That's very good. Good. All right, so practice with your dog's name and the word come, and then periodically drop the dog's name and just use the word come. Practice that when your dog is starting to respond really well inside the home, and you want to look for, when you say that word come, the dog whips its head around and comes running over to you. When your dog is doing that consistently inside the home, you're ready to move on to the next lesson. Good boy.